Good morning. It's time to make some art. Let's see. I decided that I wanted to maybe do a couple. Again, we've done this before, but let's see how it goes. I want to start with this one. This was shot at PPI, and this was from a group shoot. It was from like a workshop shoot, and what's funny is Brooke Shaden, who was running the workshop, had set up a scene, and everybody was shooting the one scene, and I'm like, that's not really working for me. I want to do something a little different. So I changed it up, and I'm trying to pick my crop here. I had to rotate it because it was a little off center with that rotate. That was not a good rotation. So let's pull this down. I can always make it shorter, but give it a little bit of space in the front. So it's a very nice castle. And let's bring this in. Do I want the exposure to be a little brighter? I'm going to start with it a little brighter. I shoot in RAW so that I can manipulate it. The nice thing about RAW, there's a drawback is that it takes a lot more. The data is huge, so you need big cards in order to work with it. But first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the power box, which they tried to create, tried to make look like it fit in here. Sorry, too big, not this big. And what I'm going to do is do a clone, pull it over, and you can do this manually, or you can do this automatically with the patch tool. I like controlling everything a little bit more. There's sometimes that I don't mind doing it, but there we go. That was pretty easy. There's scuff marks and stuff on the bottom. I like it, especially since when you see what I'm going to do with it. So the light is being cast by this. I am going to leave it for now. I'm not sure what I want to do with that. And I'm going to have to either crop in or take out that curtain. I think I'm going to take it out for now. There's some weird light coming in from the curtain and from the light, that's causing shadows. And it was because this was a workshop, I wasn't paying super much attention to my light because it was sort of like a get in, shoot, you have 30 seconds to shoot, get out. Just not my preferred method of shooting, but what the heck. Hi Blythe, how are you? Congratulations on your win, or your half a win. Is it cheating to have two people as one actress? It seems like that would possibly be an unfair advantage. And I'm really bummed that I don't get to see it because I've been looking at the pictures, and it looks amazing. Part of me is hoping that you guys will have a videotape that you might bring up and show friends. Hint, hint. I'm assuming the kind of cheating is the fact that you've got two of you, but I'm sure you're both awesome because, if you weren't, it would be kind of sucky. Because then it's like, oh my God, there's two of them that can't act. And I'm intrigued by the whole show. Illegal clips make it seem so illicit, and not just, hey, look at me in a show. I have some illicit clips of Dan performing with Fast Times. It's funny, I was on Facebook the other day, and there was a video that some high school kids put together where apparently they want to be the first high school to perform Hamilton. And Oh, well, hey. I've seen some of the costumes from the show, and they look amazing. Whoever's doing the costumes for that show really stepped up. Did it? I didn't like the warp on that, so I'm just redoing this over. But yeah, high school students who wanted to be the first high school to perform Hamilton, so they sort of did a look what we can do, you know, like look how dedicated we are performance of what was the number? It was the Right Hand Man, I think, and it wasn't bad. It was not spectacular, but for a high school production, it was pretty damn solid. And it just felt bad that they had done like all of this work, and it's just not possible. I mean, I think that there's certain rules, like how long a show needs to be before they can sell it. I mean, I don't think you can have a show that's still first run on Broadway that's being done by high schools legally. I'm going to say legally because I'm sure that there are people who do things illegally. All right, so we have no curtain and we have no wall thing. So what I want to do is, and this is not, you know, this is more of a proof of concept for me. I want to do a, see if I can do a crack coming up. And this is not like something that I'm like, I've never seen this before, because I have seen it before. I'm not, I have had the same idea, and it actually is resonating with me with some dreams that I've been having recently. But I do want to give props that this is not my original, you know, like I'm not thinking I'm the first person to ever come up with this idea. But at the same time, it's got to be how I see it. Now I'm trying to figure out where I put, oh, I guess I don't have them in here. I have them just in a folder. Yeah, no, you can totally do Hamilton, but this group of you know, of kids who are putting it together are going to be probably in the workforce after college before that comes up for doing high school. Because if not, my school totally would have done Cats and would have crushed it, but we didn't because it wasn't available. We did some numbers from Cats. I, for one, choreographed the Rum Tum Tugger. It was before I had seen the actual musical, so it was interesting. Sorry. Photos, textures, and then I need to see, trying to remember where I put Dan's Pictures of Paris, because I think I've got a crack in there. I think that there's probably some cracks in some of these. It's weird for me to be going to textures earlier rather than later, but I want to get a good crack, so that means I need to, I'm looking for crack. Ooh, this is pretty good. So I'm going to add this into Photoshop. So there's some nice cracks here. And actually, I'm just going to select this, bring it in here. I'm going to want a big one, but let's, ooh, this is nice and big. Rotate it. And let's bring it into this panel. That looks pretty good to start with. He is a curious cat. We did it actually as a younger kitten making trouble rather than a older cat. Okay, so this is starting to work. And I'm just going to bring down this a little bit. Actually, I want to keep it all the way up. And this is overlay. Let me try soft light. It's slightly different. It's not working for me as much. Hard light. Ooh, and hard light I think is our winner. I'm going to have to blend it a lot, but for a beginning thing, I think this is working. So, yeah, I have a Virgil's root beer problem. I'll admit it. We had friends coming over, and I have just a couple bottles left, and I said we have to make sure that this is not out for public consumption, because if I can't get more before the week, I will be very unhappy. So Dan hid my root beer for me. We had other drinks, but not the root beer. Oh my God, I don't know if that sounds a regular beer that's chocolate chip cookie dough flavor. See, you lost me at regular beer. I'm so weird with my tastes. For some reason I do not like the taste of hops. So any beer or it's not even just hops, it's malt. I don't like any malt liquors. So anything like that, I'm just already out. I don't like the taste of coffee, like strong coffee. I can have maybe a cafe au lait, or which for most people is like, why even bother? Or doing a coffee milkshake. I like coffee ice cream. I kind of like, but if you make it espresso or cappuccino or like really strongly flavored, yeah, I'm out. So the idea, actually, I like this. It's not what I intended. I was just going to start a crack that was right under her hand and cracking out, but I kind of like this all over web coming through. And I think that I might open up. See, this is the nice thing. It's like I started out with one idea, and it, like I admitted, it wasn't an idea that you can have all the beer, you can have all the coffee. I also am not fond of most colas too, so I got an addiction to Dr. Pepper. I have a serious addiction to Dr. Pepper. Yes, I love her face too. She's got that very tragic thing. I think I'm going to do kind of a Doctor Who. I'm trying to remember. I guess it was it's Amy Pond's character that has the crack in the wall, right? Is that the thing? I have not watched my Who for a while, so I am coming at trying to remember something that I hadn't planned to do, so now it's like, oh, I don't have the research. But yeah, there was a crack in the wall, and the nothing, I want to say it was nothingness, was coming out from behind. If anyone watches Who and remembers, that would be cool. Let me know. But to do something like that, and I actually think that what I want to do is have a little bit, like I'm going to take it off her hand here, but I think I want to actually take one spot of this, I'll have to find a good spot and make it look, and have it right here on her hand, like it's starting to come at her. But this is why I love textures. I'm really liking, there's a couple cracks on here that I'm really liking and thinking, do I want to take it off her hand? I don't want it too much because this is way too much, but I'm starting to